Hi AI champions, we are going to our learning series. Today we are going to look into prompts. What makes a good prompts? So in a generic terms, a prompt could have a goal, what it is trying to achieve from the copilot or from the chat or from the AI agents. For an example, I want a list of 3 to 5 bullet points to prepare. Then we need to give the context, why we need this particular task. So we can give the situation. So in an example, for an upcoming meeting with the client, focusing on their current state and what they are looking to achieve. Then the expectation, how the task should be delivered, what type of document, what type of actions we are expecting from to complete this goal. Respond with a tone that is friendly but authoritative. And the source, where the agent or the information can be pulled to fulfill this task and goal. The example is, and focus on an email and Teams chat with these people over the last 2 weeks. So if you digest this large example and also this the different artifacts of this prompt, we can come to a conclusion like think about a human to human communication. If we want to give a task to a human colleague, what information we will give to them. So we have to give some information and we have to say, okay, I want this delivery. We also say by this time we need the delivery. But for the case of AI agents, we may not say that because it's instant. But we will also give the expectation. We will also give the source of information. We also give the context and goal, why we need it and what we need it, right? If you look into that perspective, it's that simple. So we need to give a goal or task on what context and situation and what is our expectation or style of communication and what information this AI agent can be used to solve this problem. And this particular prompting technique we can interchangeably use. Okay, some cases we will give for the context, we also give examples. That is called few short prompting or zero shot prompting. That means if you don't give any example, in this case, it's a zero shot prompting. But if you give some example also, okay, for example, create it like this document or create like this statement, then it's a few short prompting of that particular AI chat or agent prompting technique. But in the case of image generation, nowadays a lot of AI workflows working on the image and video generation, not just text-based researching. Then we need to add a little bit more details. What I mean by that, we need to give the subject, style, the details, and mood. If you want to have some expression, if it's a face of a person, then we can say what type of expression or emotion should be in the face, what could be the background details, and what style of picture. Is it an old type of artistic picture, or it's a cinematic picture, or it's a real world picture? Something like that, the style we can describe. We can also describe what all subjects or objects or things should be present in the image. For example, a cat, a dog, a horse, a human, a small baby, a flower, a mountain, a river, a sky. Those subjects we can specify in the image generation prompt. So one example is this: a scene beach at sunrise with soft pink and orange hues filling the sky. The sand is smooth and golden and gentle waves lap against the shore. A few seashells are scattered near the water's edge. So it's giving the entire scene information of the image and also what other objects should be available in there. For example, here we are giving some seashells should be there, and it's talking about a beach, the time of sunrise, and how the sand should be visible, and the waves that should be lap against the shore. So it's setting the scene, the mood, and also the style and subjects in this image generation. When it comes to the video generation, we have two options. Either we can generate videos from text, then our text should also an important to have a clear prompt for image, because all this model works in an iterative way. That means first from the text it will create image, and from the image first the text, it will create an image, and from the image it will create a video. So if you not giving a prompt which is also considering image generation in the mind, the video generation output will also be not very good. Okay, so if it's from text to video, you also need to think about it's first text to image and then image to video. So it should contain the subject, and the scene means different styles and objects in there, and then lighting, and then action, what type of actions this image needs to be done in the video. But in the case of image, it's again subject, action, background, and background movement. So if you are giving an image, it depends on the image, right? If you give an image, but if you don't want the image background, or if you want to change something about the background, then you would need to specify that also in the image. So I personally selected a symbol prompt artifact. I mean, a symbol separation of the prompt, but you can extend this to many other things. For example, the camera angle or different movement of actions, then time frames, or the light should be shown from this direction. You can also say wide area, what is the pixel format of the image, and also the video, what is the video length, and also what is the camera width. If you are seeing it in the screens, what type of screens this video is adopted, the quality of image and video you can direct in the instruction. So many things you can add here, but the key idea is for a task, if you are giving, I'm going back to the prompt, then it is easy to understand. If you are giving a machine an instruction, think about you are instructing a human. Okay, and think about what information is needed to complete that task. If it's a professional work or the normal life scenario works, then you need to provide the required information, a required task objective, and maybe a few examples, and the situation and the style of the communication. Okay, when it comes to image, it's not a professional task. Sometimes it's artistic way of generating the things. Then you need to give AI system that type of information. It's, I think you got a basic idea of what is a prompting, but in a very simple language, prompting means you are instructing an AI machine to do something, and you have to give enough details to create a good output. You always think this, where if you are communicating to a human, what information you will give and how the human will respond to your questions. In the case of you assigning a task in your office or in your colleague or home, you may give some type of instruction and style. Okay. But if you are instructing a human to create an image, the way of communication and the information you're giving to that human is different. The same rule applies here also. So think about what type of model or what type of AI system you are interacting with, and what is your objective after this AI is generating. And based on that objective, you need to specify the instruction in the format of prompt. So there are some predefined rules, but you, that is to help you to create this instruction in a constructive way, but you can be more creative to give this instruction to the AI models. I hope you enjoyed this video. So we'll be covering up a lot in the future with generic LLM characteristics and how a generic LLM model works in the background. And we will also explain a lot of AI apps by powering up these LLM app models. We will also do some hands-on trainings and hands-on application building in the future. So make sure you like this video. Also, you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out any interesting videos in the future.